Yema arefo nyina akwaba yetwa ensem no eso osrofo he afisa mo nsem so honorable Ambrose Derry na wode ato dwa say nadmo enya akitaye he de free sikasem asoye a oba be mo musika enti de bekọ akoba ne se omanfo a wo potem bese nwotwe he wo Kintampo North March any April bosumi no emo he wo Afia emunsu bransam bi atiguye na ede oye nani ahoche eba wo mso no nadmo ebekọ safo ni nyina emoa.
Disaster na esi NADMO report ready on the 12th of March 2021. Nti me nsaka report no metu anamon de me letter eka ho de call director general no ho say won hwe ato won chen enti say ato me mindful Kintampo for de call babato ben krom tahira kura babato kuma ene kora wura kura in ostriches farms, market structures, as school buildings, nina birube nkrofofie edre me kai nipa ahasa building baku ahasa ena edre agufam nti me call since then no director no emamim ya bia ena me train minister no ba floor of the parliament na mutie ne anu yi a wode maame a wo kire say common fund nti afi na by 7 July omo yeden on pese omo nyeska na omo enkoboa sa nkrofo no question am bi so anu biom ni say na what is the nature of mwa omo de koboa Kintampo mansini for me pese me hu nature no because for instance unu animal amokitamfo nyi samo hedan ya enye relief items keke na say de commerce nkrofo yi ese say yeden cement and zinc and in the Ekitaho. So move the second one year. And you nkrofo nkwa na me concern. As members of parliament, you will have say you bo mining in Ahoban. This is a market structure at Babatokuma. Market structure, it means revenue for the municipal assembly kura eden. It is a national concern SSA omudi hujuma. So see disaster to wenchema eba enkra. To say mini makola for ekoto omui enkra obia anentisa say enya foto bi tambia constant na say minister be kan say afi na ye approve common fund and from 7 July and a board kura nyanye in place and say na ombe ba be he turn ombe ya and the sambre no na normal econo na say na ehun hia bio.
The National Disaster Management Organization NADMO as at 7th July 2021 confirmed receipt of approval for release of funds by the Minister of Finance to procure relief items for distribution to victims of the rainstorm in the following communities. I'm mentioning what is relevant to this question. Kintampo Township, Babatokuma, Kadelso, Solonasi, Tukukra, Tatukra, Poto, and Benko. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Somanfo ebekaya na no dwada eja eto edan mu ewo makola edwadifo no FM wo enam so ema edan yi hyeye na ensama hodo a ekoso bi ene se odumja adwuma no se ye ananka esefata so ombetimi adumja no na entimi hye edan mu ani nyina no enam so ema sobode omanfo abowo no bi enam so ema odumja adwuma no so ebekan se no mu ni nsuo na sabre no na Ghana waterfall ato mu nsuo mu enam so ama opanyini a wono ene da Ghana Water Company Limited engineer Dr. Clifford Abdallah Brahma wababe yi ano ene o che se Ghana National Fire Service for wo mo sefata so mbehwe na enuoma bi enkoye wo mo ho no wo mo betena se na wo ma hyehye ne yiye na wo ma yire wo mo ho aye wo mo adwuma mo bia emfa sobo emebo wo mo.
There is no blame game. Ghana Water Company is not blaming fire service. We are just responding to the falsehood they put out. Because I didn't understand why the chief fire officer will hold a press conference and indicate to Ghanaians that since 1992, the fire hydrants were sealed. And for me, these are the issues we will be looking at. Journalists, how do you even need a fire tender to stop fire that was just a banner? What did they do till the fire escalated to a point where they needed numerous number of fire tenders? When you listen to the people who were there, they walked to the place, looked at it and went back. And I am instructing the region, please lead the journalists to the Central Division District, go to their office, open the hydrant to see whether it's working or not. If water is coming, we'll know. If there's no water, we'll know. And the story will end there. If you take your water bill, 1% of the amount you pay for water charge is charged firefighting. Nobody takes money from fire service to give them water. If I put meters and I realize that the volume of water they are taking is more than the 1%, I can now make a case to PURC. And if it is less than that, then we can set aside some money and do some work. But to say that you are giving coupon to who? Then they must mention the person who charged them, and they are aware of the law. They are aware they are not supposed to pay a dime. We are not part of the issue of the Makola Bend, and we have to, the narration should leave Ghana Water Company out. If there are technical issues, they want people to help them. I'm sure this is burying it, and it's not to their advantage. That it is because if Ghana Water Company becomes excellent, fire service will be excellent. And I don't think that's the case. No. They have operational issues, and they should be bold enough to tell their leaders that there are operational issues.
Bambo so for your honorable Dominic Nitiwo or the atu dwa say nan wada soja fo ebufu ye wo wa na wo metigu montin so siba mo manfo jojo bi e mo yakayaka de om so mo mobile phone ba kwa ira no wo se sa srafo an om de oje sakasaka ne nyina no wo yi duty officer na o hwe akire omo maka nyina wo nyitwi enyi adoa ye de asotwe ama wo se de se na efata.
With the exception of the duty officer, all personnel who were on duty on the day of the incident have been charged, tried, and punished as appropriate. The various forms of punishment given to these officers are as follows. Mr. Speaker, the orderly sergeant, who was a staff sergeant, has been reduced to corporal. It's big, 10 years difference. Mr. Speaker, the guard commander, who was a corporal, has been reduced to private soldier. The sentry on duty, Mr. Speaker, who was a lance corporal, has been reduced to private soldier. Mr. Speaker, the trial of the duty officer, who is a lieutenant, will, however, commence on or before Wednesday, 14 July 2021. All the above trials and punishment are without prejudice to the outcome of the subjects under various forms of investigation. 8 other soldiers who were deeply involved or visibly identified in various videos brutalizing some citizens have been charged, tried, and awarded 30 days each in detention by a disciplinary board chaired by the commanding officer. The remaining soldiers who were also involved in the incident but not identified as brutalizing officers will all be transferred out of the region immediately.
Mr. Speaker, we are sure when the Honorable Rashid Belko returned home, he briefed me on the 2nd July meeting where the unqualified apology was rendered. But Mr. Speaker, the implications are sometimes dire, because once this happens, you are breaking down civil-military relations. The trust and faith of the people of Wa in the Ghana Armed Forces can be undermined. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank him for a swift response We will monitor the outcome of the investigations. He has further assured us that a lieutenant colonel will be put on trial. Some he has already given us what decisions have been taken. We hope that their right to a fair trial, even as men and women of the armed forces, have been respected. And Mr. Speaker, we urge the minister to take appropriate steps across the country to demilitarize the civilian state. There are too many armed people with arms all over the country. That is not the way to go. The Minister for Home Affairs and the Minister for Interior must get the police proactive. I know that there are some discussions which will deal with some of the issues of equipping them, and you know we have assured you that to deal with those threats, we are in harmony with you in your thinking. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The reputation of our military is not in doubt across the frontiers of this country. And many of us have had the opportunity to travel outside this country. Anytime the Ghana Army is being referenced, it's in a solid and positive note. And that reputation cannot be limited to the outside world. We in Ghana have to also have a feel of that good and professional reputation of our army. So it's in the right direction. The action taken by the minister is commendable.
Bank of Ghana ebie ayaresabia foforo ewo cantonment a befa enipa makomako aduosianum 65 bed multi specialty hospital watu ni din the bank hospital what say sika wodi esi hospital yi eye 80 million euros ni nyina no beboa ama omadwumayefo ene Ghana fo nyina enya so emfaso.
Afia Pimienu and do 2014 mu and penifo shase so musi ayaresabia no na Afia Pimienu and do 2018 mu and penifo ewieye kane mampanyi abedi akira wanya ne baby kro yewura pa akosi Mr. Arthur ne de asobo fom Emma Governor ede Emma Bank of Ghana sabre no eta no achi penifo chese ayaresabia ne din eye the bank hospital a ewo cantonment and crying efa empa aduosia enum 65 eka bank no eboye no eye 80 million euros and then penifo down wadi enam so ama Governor ede Emma Bank of Ghana Dr. Ernest Addison Akasa.
Mr. Chairman, we are honored to commission this edifice which resulted from the foresight and hard work of our predecessors. Indeed, successive management teams in the bank deserve commendation for the good work of supporting and improving the facilities of the clinic and the transition to a hospital. Let me therefore take this opportunity to specially acknowledge the then governor, the late Kwesi Bekwin Mr. Arthur, who began this process, and then the governors, Dr. Henry Wampa and Dr. Ishaku Nashiru, who is here today with us, who successfully steered, implemented, and executed the hospital project to the state in which the new management met. So finally, here we are today with this state of the art bank hospital that is designated not only to serve staff but also to add to the efforts of addressing the healthcare needs of the country.
Oswafo no na hwe apomuden so onwanyafo kwaku agima menu so dinano atumu edasese.
And this is an occasion that will tell Ghanaians that the Ministry of Health had nothing to do with project concepts, design, the dream, construction, and even now management of the Bank of Ghana Hospital. It was set to complement the efforts the ministry and government is making to try to provide healthcare services in this country. And I'm glad that this opportunity has now, as I said earlier, is going to complement government's efforts. We have done a roadmap to ensure that we achieve universal health coverage by the year 2030. Ghana seems to be a little bit ahead because what it takes us to achieve that UN thing, Ghana has set it up. Not very, very efficiently yet, but we are making very strong strides towards that. In the roadmap, we are talking about providing care affordably, easy access, getting hospitals closer to people, and that is what drives the president's vision of the Agenda 111 that is trying to put our hospitals where people are situated. And I believe this hospital will play a very big complementary role to match us towards achieving universal health coverage. And what intrigued me most is the fact that apart from general services provision, we are also doing primary healthcare services in this particular.
Yadikasi boy eko ahmeji etosuminu madaroma eba sisia. Yetwa ensem no eso. Omanfo mo agogo e wa Asante Mantam emo e de aseda ama communications director ema Ghana Gas Company ene nanano himfo wo owura Ernest Owusu Bempa ne ahemafo ni nyina wonsema wo ka ene se wasiesi omudwa na atete apansam ama wo mo afi wodi mfidi ade pamade a chemabu no na afi wotu anamo se de be ya obesi park nso e de api wo mo so.
Agogo yekro ewo Asante Achim North Mesinim ewo Asante Mantemu adwuma nipa dodo no eye no eyekua anaso mo yekuafo amodada adwumadi a omukodi no eboa pagya Ghana pa enipa dodo ewo Asante Achim agogo no ombeye be empim aduonu nwotwe ahanu ani aduoson baako na eniem eboa ma setemu tumpo dodo na na ho akwatwe ade amom na nso nei Ghana Gas adwumako no enam Ernest Owusu Bempa a oye de hye Asante Achim hodomo akwakoye mponto dwuma bebre adehye ni bi eni UTV edin komo ede aseda eni kabea ama Ernest Owusu Bempa.
Ya agogo Asante Achim agoteni park na Zabre ginai. Zabre construction of agogo Wembley Sport Complex. Na Zabre Akosua Zabre Bema Ernest Owusu Kofi Bempa. One na Afra kuma kusi obu adum agoma hima na kwame kweko Sarpong. Agoma hine Zabre awde jumade na si omso Zabre ombeso mbehwe no moye sa sports stadium edimbo agogo na ema agogo animonyam kese pa
Owusu Bempa o ye djuma o Ghana Gas opese obeye football pitch e wa hase nti no eno akwente ma e ba hase e behwe se de atie because se de agogo ye dru ni ade ade nti enya bibise ya e beboa pa ye dana senso so ma ni nsi ye o ma bi nso mbeka ho
youth no timbeka kire se be woman na wi squad titi na motifia na omo nya adwuma no se wabo bi mebira ama omo ayede ama omo nya adwuma ye me ma meton ya ma ojo me ko ojo na last time ya sisi o kama bizanse na ye no mo se Owusu Bempa na wabo mo ye ya kiza wa adwuma nyina aboa e ma ne kama na de ba kra me de kra ne park ya sa complex sports complex ya ba be ye o kromasi ama ye babo ayen pa because ye so many institutions wa ye secondary schools mi enu ye training college ye university o ase ya ye lot of the youth somebody like Nia Franco say Adobokotoko Santa Mego no of kromasi a mo nyina nti o love boys are more interested in the football pitch, you know. So who say we are long overdue until Obaya Abeboy. I'm almost a passion, or many so many BBI. I Abbo work with those when party why idea pa.
Mose ya pit do a hana face market so as a new Akosua our market na fine pana hands sa na nipa na oye bisa man from say a friend Owusu Bempa. The oye na yera na nyame sure na nkoso anya bi makrom ha ba mate say si watumi dia man for call fire service immigration ni nursing trains
ye wi a ye nyina na beboa ma empuntu fa ba ha say njuma bebre say park wo ha be ma ejuma nso akoso around others be ba ha mama ba aba be bobo ama ye nso yetimi ye yinti no e beboa meto ama na wo de wa yinti say ade fefa wa yinti no enipa ya de a o say ayi
Ahaya ne de kase bono esie midi e de Akosua Sarpong meneng
Obahima Afia Asiedu medi aseda ema LS Kuto matade fefefe wo mo na de ehye me glamour by Pinnacle medamo asese se mo ye miti